Alright, so hey guys, I'm Jordan. If you haven't seen my other videos, which are about transgender topics, then I suggest you check it out because you'll be able to learn more about me. But I'll do a quick, and my introduction videos on there, but I'll probably add it to this playlist as well, and I'll do a quick introduction right now. So, like I said, my name is Jordan, and I really want this channel to be about more than just like my physical transition and my transition to female to male. I, for the majority of my life, actually all my life, have had a disability called cerebral palsy, and what that is it basically everyone's affected by it differently, but what it is it mainly affects my legs. It's where there's like a neuron in the brain, or like nerve pathways that just didn't connect the way they were supposed to do, or as well. So like when my brain tries to tell my legs to walk or to move, there's a delayed response in which results in me like dragging my feet and stuff like that. But my case of cerebral palsy isn't the most severe because I can still walk, and I don't have to use a wheelchair all the time. But before I get into that, I just want to say that basically how cerebral palsy can occur, there's two ways, which is lack of oxygen in the womb, or lack of oxygen shortly after birth. For me, I don't know what the case is because I was originally born in Russia, and to this day, they don't tend to put babies in incubators. And what makes it worse was I was actually born 3 to 3.5 months early. And I was actually put up for adoption. And so day one, instead of putting me in an incubator to let everything that needs to develop for 3.5 more months, they sent me to an orphanage on day one. So it was basically the universe saying to me, hey, you live or you die on your own. And obviously I lived. I'm a fighter. That's kind of been something everyone tells me ever since I was little, that I'm a fighter, because honestly, I should have died. I'm sorry, that's really morbid, but that's the truth, is not many people survive that, not many babies survive that, and especially in a country with poor medical care, it's just not likely. And like I said, even to this day, they don't tend to put babies in incubators. And so I went to an orphanage, and obviously I don't remember that orphanage. I was adopted at 6 months old and brought to the U.S., so I don't remember the orphanage, and thank God, because from what I'm told, it was not pretty. And I can go more into that later, but I will say that I was malnourished, and when my parents adopted me and came to Russia to pick me up, at 6 months old, I weighed as much as a newborn baby, so like 6 ounces or maybe 8 ounces. At birth, I weighed like 3 ounces. And so, my CP could have occurred from lack of oxygen in the womb or lack of oxygen shortly after birth. And I don't know really anything about my parents. My birth parents, I only know their birth names, and that's it. I don't know medical records. I don't know medical history. I know none of that. And Russia is not the kind of country to just give you, really any information about yourself. The only things that they've told me is my Russian name, and my birthday. And that's about it. So, that's kind of a short history of, how I think I got CP. It's not something I asked for. It's not like I got into a car accident. Not that you ask to get into a car accident, because no one wants that. But, like, I didn't do something to cause this. It just happened. It was the cards that I was dealt. And in a lot of ways, it's made me stronger. It's made me a stronger person. I used to have to write essays in school, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? And I would always go with, if I could change one thing, I would change my CP, because I would love to be able to run around with other kids, and I would love to be able to play sports. But then at the end, I say, but I wouldn't really change it for the world, because it's made me who I am. It's given me the strength that I have. It's given me the wisdom that I have. I had to grow up faster in some ways, because I had to get accommodations in school and, like, leaving class early. My cognitive thinking is all intact. That's not affected. And I mean, some people, it does get affected, but mine didn't. So, I mean, I just had to get accommodations of, like, leaving early in class. And CP does not just affect, my legs. It also affects my hands and, my arms and stuff like that. And what I mean by that is, like, my tone, which I can describe to you as tightness. I don't really know how to describe to you what tone is, but it's like tightness, where all my muscles get really tight. Like, if I get excited about something or scared, I can't control this. It's an involuntary reaction where all my muscles tighten up throughout my entire body. And then, my left arm doesn't extend all the way, and my right arm doesn't extend all the way either, but it extends farther than my left. I mean, I'm probably telling you way more than you need to know, but I'm just saying it affects everyone differently. Some people, can walk and they have a limp. Some people, are in wheelchairs full time. Some people are like me, where, they can walk on their own, but they kind of look funny, sort of. I hate to say that, but it's kind of true. Or they, can walk with crutches, which is what I also do. When I'm in my house, I don't walk with crutches, but if I'm out at school or, in public, I will use crutches. At college, I actually am in a wheelchair most of the time, not because I can't walk, but just because walking long distances it's challenging, and it takes me longer than usual. But, and the one good thing about CP, good thing, is that, if I stretch and I take care of my body, it's not a progressive disease. So it's not like, and it's also not a disease, but it's not a progressive disability, which I also hate that word, but it's not progressive, so it's not like I'm going to wake up tomorrow and not be able to move. Of course, with aging, as I get older, things are going to get harder if I don't, maintain what is healthy for me. But even, when I'm 80, I don't want to know what it feels like. Right now I'm 20 and I feel like I'm 80 a lot of the time. So it's just, there's pros and cons. Like I said, pro is that I feel like it made me stronger and it made me who I am, but at the same time, there's just a lot of downsides. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it right now. I know that was a lot at once, but I just, just something I have to deal with, and so every so often I'm just going to be talking about it and, fill you guys in on maybe some struggles I've had through college, through high school, through whatever. And yeah, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, comment, subscribe in the comments down below, anything, and I'll leave my email. So if you guys have any questions, you can email me. Obviously, this is not my primary email. This is an email that I've made specifically for YouTube, just because privacy and safety reasons and all that. But feel free to email me. I'm a pretty open person, as long as things are asked in the right way, and so, or attempted to be asked in the right way. And so just, yeah, like, subscribe, tell me what you think. Have a good day, guys.